Hi guys, this is Paul and Nick again from Wrap It Up Freely, and today's topic is looking at words differently. So one thing that you can do to start becoming a better rapper in your writing and your freestyling is to start looking at the English language in a different way.
Yeah.
Like take a word like angry and you spell it like Angry. Stop looking at words as how you spell them. Stop thinking of them in your head as what they are, like door, Door, but start instead breaking the words down into sounds. If you like look at a dictionary, they'll show the word spelling and then they'll show the phonetic
sound,
aspects of it, the different sounds of it.
Right.
That's how you need to start thinking of words, is phonetically. So door, the or. Think of it as Dohour or something. Door.
Yeah. Or like keyboard. You want to be like Kee and then Boord.
Yeah, so stop looking at the words how they're spelled, but instead start seeing them as how they're pronounced.
Yeah, that'll change your whole entire rhyming like perception.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are like, oh, like girl. What is twirl? Like, you know, that's the only spelling
it limits them. Like when you think of the way it's spelled, it limits you to these rhymes.
Exactly.
But when you break it up, you suddenly see all these other rhymes that are available.
Right.
Now, interesting point here is that this is the way a lot of like professional rappers write. They don't spell words as they're supposed to be spelled. They spell words as they sound.
Yeah.
If you look at like Eminem, like writing like some lyrics for a song, what he does is he'll like capitalize certain letters because that reminds him to emphasize the beginning. Yeah. And then he'll spell them as he wants to say them, which will be entirely different than the official way of spelling them.
Yeah. So you might be like insistent, for example.
Yeah.
And you might be like INSESTENT, and you might capitalize second to last T to be like insistent. You know, it's a lot different. It's a different way of looking at the English language itself.
And yeah, so by doing this, firstly you start seeing rhymes where other people don't necessarily. And secondly, like we said before, it just like really expands the available vocabulary for situational stuff.
And we talked about this in another video, but basically what you're doing is you're expanding how much a word can be rhymed by. And if you have two words that are usually really far apart, but you slant them together, you can actually match them. And by that, you create thousands of new rhymes. Yeah. So that's why this is such an important analysis to take.
And this sort of idea, it was oftentimes like called like wordplay. We're basically like taking a word, like twisting it up, like drilling a hole in it. You know, we're doing all this different stuff to words and manipulating the word itself. And it just sounds awesome, and it makes it so we can say whatever we want to. So we can turn a rhyme into something that wasn't there before.
Yeah. So, I mean, like another example would be like perfect and servant. I mean, those don't sound the same at all. But if you slant them to each other and you see them in terms of this different view, you could say like perfect and servant. And you
emphasize that et at the end, and then you underemphasize the serve and then emphasize the vent.
Right. Yeah.
And so if you really want to take your rapping to the next level, this is a big element to look at. Start messing with words. Start word playing. Look at homophones. They're really awesome. Like where you have two words that mean the same thing, like two, the number two. Yeah. Also two as in also.
Two, the preposition. So there's all these. You can look at homonyms. You can also just look basically on expanding and rhyming different words together that normally just can't be rhymed, and that's usually actually impresses people. People are like, wow, they just rhymed. I've never.
What really impresses people is like when stuff is done that they couldn't imagine doing. Yeah, it's normally stuff that requires hard work.
The creativity part, really.
Yeah. And so that's our video for today. I hope this helps you guys. Yeah. Check out our other videos. Thanks.